New COVID-19 rules with fewer restrictions take effect tomorrow in Milwaukee, and they could have a big impact on local businesses. The city's new regulations state gatherings can now be limited to the lesser of 25% of a building's occupancy. And so this morning we are joined by Mark Kass, editor-in-chief for the Milwaukee Business Journal, to talk more about this. Mark, good morning. Thanks so much for being with us.
Always good to be here.
All right, so let's talk about this. So 25% of a building's capacity.
Yep.
There can be gatherings of 250 people or less. They're talking about fans at Miller Park. What does this mean for businesses in Milwaukee?
It's huge. It's another step forward. I mean, it's been a hard few months. I mean, obviously from November on, it's been very quiet for them and they've had to work really hard. They've been outdoor seating, heaters, and really trying to do it. But to have this plan and then to also to allow them to have their own plans to actually have more people in the restaurants is so important, especially as we come up on this weekend. Think about how cold it's going to be. It's hard to have anybody outside. So to have more openings inside is so important. The next 6 weeks are very important for all restaurants in the Milwaukee area.
You know, it's interesting, Mark, because a lot of this has been political, and regardless of whether you think things should be totally open or not open or whatever, it behooves these businesses to move about this gradually, though. We see the UK now back in a full-out lockdown. They don't want to go backwards. They do want to approach this from a business standpoint as a ramp-up.
Yeah, I mean, it really does. It's also about the acceptance, Vince. I mean, kind of think about it. Are you ready to go sit in a restaurant with 100 people, 150 people? Probably not. So it's figuring out kind of what your customers want, how much they're comfortable with, spreading them out, having a great experience, and then kind of having word of mouth. So, I mean, it's going to be a slow ramp up. It's not like they're going to open their doors and have everybody in right away. But it's important to have that option for them because they need to have customers in the door right now.
I'm curious, Mark, on your thoughts on the vaccine. You're so plugged in with the business community. Are you hearing from businesses, CEOs, leaders about the importance of a vaccine with their employees? Are there discussions going on right now whether that could be a requirement or not?
Yeah, I mean, it's a big topic because you have to figure it out. And it's about education. I have not heard of anybody yet who's going to make it mandatory because that's a big thing to do. I mean, I'm sure there will be some, but I think it's more about education and the importance to have people in the office and kind of figuring it out. So, yeah, it's a big deal. It's being talked about. And as it rolls out over spring, I think you'll see it kind of evolve.
Mark, Susan hit on the sports teams welcoming fans back. You'll have some fans later this month at Fiserv Forum. The Brewers are looking at 25% capacity. I'm interested to know, though, do they think that this can at least be a break-even for them? I mean, you can't bring back everybody. You still have to staff up. You have to do all these things. If they're only at 25%, can they at least break even?
I'm not sure if that's the case, Vince. I think it's a start. And I think for them, it's having the people in the building and in the stadium, having the concessions, having the parking, having the merchandise, having the excitement again about the teams. You know, because I think, as I said earlier, it's getting people to accept this as the new way of life right now and having them there. Because I think if they open their doors, I'm not sure if they've had a full house. I'm not sure if it was ready for that. So no, I mean, I think for them, it's really starting, and it's having people and money come in the door.
Mark Kass, editor-in-chief of the Milwaukee Business Journal. Great to see you again, Mark.
Always good to be here, buddy.
And for today's business news, you can head to bizjournals.com/Milwaukee.